Itchy skin irritation, you're not sure what it's from? Well, you may be suffering from the most common of skin reactions, a nickel allergy. 1 in 7 women suffer from this, and today I'm revealing everyday products that may contain nickel, and you can be amazed to find out what they are. Joining me is dermatologist Dr. Jordana Gilman. Welcome to the show, Dr. Gilman. What is it about nickel? It's fast. I see it a lot now. Can it occur at any age? I mean, how do folks predict it's going to happen to them?
Well, that's what's so important here. You can't predict it. It can happen to anyone at any time because it's not about age. It's about exposure. Well, first, you have to be predisposed to have the allergy. Then you have to be exposed to enough nickel for enough time. But what's enough? It's different for everybody. And you may not get a reaction the first time you're exposed, or even the second.
Let me ask you, in addition to the redness and to the itching, the symptoms of a nickel allergy can include swelling of the skin and blisters. Here's a picture of what it looks like in someone's belly button, right? Now, that's a bad reaction. You know, there's some much more subtle ones than that. I see them in surgery a lot because folks will reveal them to me because I'm worried about nickel products being used around them. So, by a show of hands, how many of you think you may have a nickel allergy? Raise your hands. Hi. Hi, come on up if you don't mind. What's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, come join us, Jennifer. Dr. Gilman.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So talk to me a little bit. You think you have them? You know for sure you have them? What brings them on?
Well, I never considered that I might have an allergy until hearing you speak. When I was a little girl and I carried a metal lunchbox, my hands became very itchy and peely, and my hands peeled from my fingernails all the way down the palm of my hand. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to play a little game here. I've got 6 products laid out in front of me.
Okay.
What I want you to do is take these 3 nickels. So you've got 3 little wooden nickels.
Okay.
They're worth that much.
Great.
I want you to put them in front of the 3 items that you think have nickel in them. An audience, you're welcome to chip in if you desire. All right? What do you think?
All right.
We have a toaster there.
What do you think? The toaster? The toaster? The watch. I think watch.
Right. We're hearing watch. We're hearing people yelling out toaster. They're yelling out lamp. They're yelling out the belt. Yeah.
All right, the belt.
All right.
Okay.
Reasonable choice. Reasonable choice.
That looks good.
It looks good. Now, it's interesting. I mean, a lot of folks are yelling out about this toaster. I guess because it's the biggest metal thing here. And you touch. But let's see if you're right. Are you ready? I want to identify them. We got to have this little list back here. Let's remove the items that do not have nickel in them. They just lost 1. We lost a stapler, and we lost the toaster's gone.
Oh.
The toaster is gone. Well, wow. Jennifer, you got 2 of them right. This one's not. We're going to find out where this goes. Let's start with the watch. Now, what's surprising about the watch to me? It shocks me because, you know, the majority of folks don't realize this. Why is the watch an issue, Dr. Gilman?
Well, like a lot of jewelry, watches contain nickel. Nickel is inexpensive and it's durable, so it's combined with other metals to make them more affordable and last longer. Often metal that has nickel gets plated with a metal that's nickel-free, like gold.
Right.
I recently saw a patient who was reacting to her watch band, and she said to me, I've had this watch for years, why am I reacting now? And it was because the plating was wearing off, so she was being exposed for the first time.
Yeah.
Now in this situation, you don't have to go out and buy a new watch and spend a lot of money. Just replace the band from the metal band to one that's leather or fabric. But if it's something that's irreplaceable, like your wedding ring, have that replated.
What if your boyfriend gives you a fine piece of jewelry and it starts causing a nickel allergy?
You're going to have to upgrade either the jewelry or the boyfriend.
Yes. All right. So the lamp, you're right, wasn't a problem, and the staple wasn't a problem. But Jennifer, this phone, you use your phone a lot?
I do, and my ears are itchy at nighttime when I go to bed, and I always wonder why my ears are itchy, and they get a little red. Yeah. So I wonder, and so, yeah.
Well, Dr. Gilman, I think most folks would be very surprised about this. I mean, I didn't think there was nickel in cell phones. What's the deal here?
Well, this is actually very common, but the most common places are around the menu buttons, the metal frame around the LCD screen, around the keyboard, or the decorative logo around the headset. This is actually a pretty easy problem to solve, fortunately. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Just go buy a leather or a fabric or plastic case, or wear a headset.
Oh, it's a very smart idea.
Yeah.
Let me see, are your ears red?
No. Not now.
Not yet.
I text mostly now.
All right. You remember that photo I showed you earlier of the belly button that was inflamed and irritated? Let me show you why it was inflamed. Here's the full photo. The belt buckle. The belt buckle.
Yeah.
You know, all these things can do it. Actually, that's not a belt buckle, it's just a button on a pair of pants. But these can all cause problems. Belts are especially culprits. Why is there a problem with buttons and belts?
Well, this happens with belt buckles, buttons, snaps, and zippers. They often contain nickel. And some people think that if you wear a shirt so your skin isn't directly touching the metal that you'll be okay, but you can get a reaction through the fabric. So for things like this, switch to plastic.
And then walk us through, because everyone's a little surprised. Why, the lamps, staplers, this has a lot of metal in it. Why wouldn't this cause a nickel allergy?
Well, things like this are usually made of stainless steel. Well, stainless steel can have nickel in it. The amount can vary. And the good news is most of us aren't handling it and holding things like this long enough to get a reaction. Now, if you're worried and you want to know if something has nickel in it, there's an easy test you can do at home. And the science geek in me loves things like this. So this is called a nickel spot test kit. It's usually around $20 or less. And this is the way it works. You take the Q-tip, and when you hold this, hold the Q-tip.
You know, let's do it down here. It'll be easier to see for everybody.
Oh, okay.
You just hold the Q-tip like that.
You put 2 drops of the first solution, and then 2 drops of the second solution. And then what you would do at home is rub the swab on the item for about 15 to 20 seconds.
Any place?
Anywhere that you want to check. And then you would look for something for pink on the swab. And if it's pink, then you know that there's nickel there.
Is that long enough?
It is. I don't know if they'll be able to see this. It's a very delicate pink, but this is not an expensive tool. Very easy to get. And you know what? Because you've been such a wonderful player in this game, I'm giving you this for free.
Oh,
Plus, you can take home the lamp, the stapler, and the toaster.
Lamp, the stapler, and the toaster? Oh.
We'll be right back. That's giving wonderful information. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.